Good morning. Happy Sunday. Tapping on with y'all. I'm on my way to get a few groceries. Yeah, the early bird catches the worm still in all ways. But I wanted to tap on one. Let me see how I look once I turn this light off. Very dark, okay? But y'all just saw what my face look like, okay? So listen to my voice, right? Because in my meditation time this morning, I realized that I don't need to build with anyone, right? This is something that I already realized, but I want to share, because sometimes when we're rebuilding, it's good for you to do it on your own, right? But being a single woman now, after being divorced, I realized in dating and meeting certain guys, they see me as a wife or see me as they want to be in a relationship sometimes. And they've come off, I've had two guys, come off as they want to build with me, right? They want to create this life with me. They start talking about all the things they want to do, we could do, we're dating. And ultimately, what I realized is that they are so immature, they act like children. Because it's like when you're a kid, right? And you building blocks. Y'all got the blocks and y'all building the blocks, right? And you got the one kid that gets mad and kicks the whole damn thing down, and now everybody got to start over. Or that one person who's playing cards and get mad and throw the hand in and mess up the deck, and now y'all got to start all over, right? Or like the kid where everybody outside playing basketball, they get mad, he take the ball and go in the house because it's his ball. So you can't build with nobody who just cares about themselves. You can't build with a person who just sees themselves first. A lot of guys will say, oh, I got to do what's best for me, right? But a man or a woman is supposed to do what's best for the family. Make sure y'all seeing me clear. Yeah, it's Sunday, the start of the week. And I'm starting it here with y'all because I'm on this growth journey and I'm growing and I'm learning. Yeah, you gotta, one thing you gotta know is how to do life. You can't just wing life. People out here just winging it. And they want to attach themselves to you. Like the last guy that I dated. Or a guy may come and tell you, oh, we're aligned. We met, we connected because we're aligned. But attachment is not alignment. Because sometimes people will attach themselves to you and you may want to attach yourself to that person. But we have to make sure that we are doing what God told us to do. Because if God ain't told you to do it, you're going to misstep. You're going to misstep somewhere if God didn't tell you to do it. And so I've decided to continue on building on my own. I don't have to help somebody. It's a lot of men that need help. They need help. And then even if you find a good woman that's willing to help you to some degree, you're nasty about it. You can't ask for somebody help and then be nasty about it when they helping you. Like I had a situation with someone I was dating and locked his keys in his car, needed some help. So I said, okay, I got you. Just ride with me here, let me handle this, and then I'll take you. Oh no, I could drop you off to handle that, and then, you know, first of all, you're not driving my car. Nobody don't drop me off nowhere. Nobody don't drop me off nowhere. If you can't accept the help that I am trying to give you in the way that I can help you, then find another way. Don't then in turn try to get mad at me because you can't have it your way. It can't be done exactly the way you want it to be done. That's not respect. That's not respect of a person or respect of a person in their things. Because if I need somebody to give me a ride somewhere, then yeah, they say, I don't give a damn. They say, oh, I got you, just give me 2 hours. I'm gonna wait 2 hours happily. I'm gonna say thank you so much. Oh my goodness. Yeah, thank you. And I'm gonna wait patiently with no problem because I need their help and I appreciate them helping me. But when people ain't got no respect and people ain't got no understanding, they think just because you've entered into a relationship with them and y'all are having a dating experience, they think that they can control and dictate you and what's going on. And it's like, no. And then the guy went on to say, well, remember that. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna remember it. What do you mean? I don't care about that. Because you might have to drive my car one day. No, I would never have to drive your car. I would never have to drive your car. Sorry that you think that. Because, yeah, when my car, like, yeah, when I moved to Atlanta, I had a car. I had to sell my car for a come up. And when I sold my car, I jumped in a Turo car for a little bit because I was moving around. I had motion from state to state. I jumped in the Turo car, jumped in a rental, jumping on planes. I'm jumping on all type of things. I'm moving and grooving how I want to groove because I'm in control of my life. I don't have to control nobody or nothing outside of me. I understand that I can only control the things that I can control myself. So I would never have to drive your car. Yeah, I'll just get another car. Like this car, this brand new car, God blessed me with. New car. Car payment $199. It's efficient for me. He provided that for me. He made that provision for me. So I'm not finna be an irresponsible adult and let somebody drive my car that God has provided for me. No, it's not that deep. You can wait. And if you don't want to wait, you want to get disrespectful, then you can be removed. You can be removed. And it's that simple. And so when you're thinking about building with somebody, then, yeah, I made up Kroger's this morning. When you're thinking about building with somebody, you got to see if, number one, they're responsible and not childish, not just going to kick over the blocks and shut the show down because they can't have their way. You know, you got to really figure that out. Because they say iron sharpens iron. And I know that I'm iron. I'm solid, right? And so if I get with wood, if I'm iron, you show up like you iron, but you really wood, you gonna get cut. You gonna get cut. Real easy. Because I said at the beginning of the year, that I'm not listening to the promises of no man. Right? We all fall short of the glory of God. Whether man, woman, whatever status you have in life, whatever is going on, we all are human beings. We all are mankind, God's creation. And all I have, let me speak for myself, is God's word and his promises. And that's what I believe in. And that's what I hope in. And that's why I move with faith. Never fear. I don't fear man. I don't fear nothing but God. And so you do have a lot of wicked men out here. Men full of lies and deception. It's all in the word. It's all in the word of God. Even right now, I have my ex, the man that I divorced, trying to act like he wants to get back with me. And it's just like, let's be real. Let's be real. That's not what you want to do. That's not what you want to do. I'm faced with the reality that I'm better without you. I can do better without you. I am not going to make the same mistakes as some of those before me, where you know how it is, women. You can spend so much time on a relationship, trying to make something work with a man. Even when I was married, yes, I was very advantaged, like I still moved forward and did what I had to do, but it was hard because I was under so much pressure. I was still dealing with a drunk alcoholic man, an irresponsible man. So I still had to deal with his mess while still progressing in life. Right? And so now where I stand, now that I'm free from that, I've done all this, I'm on my own, standing on my own, doing well for myself. I'm talented. I'm kind. I'm patient. I have enough of God inside of me to where I will be okay. Now that I'm here, I'm not going back into no mess. I have to focus on the child that chose me. My child chose me. My child chose me. I have to choose her, and I have to pour into her. My daughter is 12 years old. I have to pour into my daughter. I have to make sure it's me and her. We got our routines together. We doing what we doing. That's my focus. I'm not going to allow some man to come in with his plans. No, I'm following God's plans. Because a fool gonna always try and play the wise. For some reason, sometimes you can say, well, why me? Why he chose me? Why he thought he could play with me like that? Because he's a fool. He's a fool, and he wants to test you and see how wise you are. See if you gonna play the fool too. See, if I enter into dating somebody, I can afford to do it because I pay for me. So sometimes people, where people get into these relationships where it's like, okay, I'm going to get with you. I'm going to move because I'm going to move in with you. So I help you pay your rent and all this and that and all that. I would never have to sit myself down like that and depend on nobody to help me pay my rent, because my rent got to be paid whether you here or not. So ultimately, you would be the one benefiting. I would be the one helping you. See, sometimes people don't want to accept the help. They don't want to accept their position. They want to act like the wise is on their level. They want to act like they know something. And it's just like, no, you can't shut me up. I'm a woman, and God gave me a voice for a reason. I'm the prize, remember? Remember what the word says. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. Let's start there first. He that finds a wife finds a good thing. I'm a good thing. I'm a woman, not just a woman of God, but a woman of faith. And I'm a wife. Right? So if you find me, you got to live up to that. You got to respect that. You got to love that. And most of all, you got to be ready for that. Because the rest of the scripture says, let me go back. It says, he that finds a wife finds a good thing and has favor from the Lord. He receives favor from the Lord. A lot of you running around on a rat race, guys, and you have no favor. You have no real favor. None. But you will be so quick to try and minimize a woman, to try and demean a woman, disregard a woman give you a chance, you neglect the woman, talking shit on the woman. For what? Why are we wasting time doing this? I'm not going to waste time arguing with somebody. That's why I'm not going to entertain the idea of what my ex is talking about. Because I'm not going to waste time arguing with you. Because you still don't understand that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. You still don't understand that it's time for you to shut up. You still don't understand that it's time for you to be quiet. So that again, you can receive the help. Sometimes you got a woman, you got a wife. You need to listen to your woman. You need to listen to your wife. Especially if you know she's a woman of God and she's a woman of faith. Because one thing about it, she ain't going to take no mess because God ain't going to take no mess. A lot of people like to proclaim, especially people when they doing wrong, they like to proclaim like, oh, God with me, God with me. That might be so. But at the end of the day, you with you. And you're still reaping the consequences of your actions. Thinking you getting somewhere, moving so fast, going nowhere. Because you don't want to be obedient. You can say whatever you want to say about me. I'm not perfect. But I am obedient. Period. And I know I'm not going to deal with no disrespect. Because you cannot love me and disrespect me. Love and respect go hand in hand. Respect is a given. And that's my opinion. I don't know. I have to dig deeper into what it says spiritually. So if anybody on here is a person who studies and reads and dives into things, then tell me what you think and what your view and even what the Bible has to say about respect. Because I even asked my dad the question. And he tiptoed around and tiptoed around and tiptoed around it, boy. He tiptoed around it because I've always heard that respect is a given. People like to disrespect you. I'm a woman, so I know. We get disrespect every which way. And at the end of the day, we don't have to put up with that. I know I don't have to put up with it. Because I care too much. And that's another thing. Never be with somebody who say they don't care. Never be around somebody who say they don't give a F. Never be around bad energy. Never be around a lot of criticism, a lot of controlling, a lot of all of that. If something is always wrong, they never grateful, they never thankful. Something is always wrong. They can't just be. Because let's be real, a lot of people survive in chaos. A lot of people are so dysfunctional. And they're the people who really think that they have just the most love and this, that, and the third, and everybody love them. And it's just like, who really cares about that if you're not prosperous in your life? Who really cares about that if you have nothing to show for in your life? And let me tell you something. If you are somebody, if you are a man right now. And if you leave this world today, you have nothing to pass down to your offspring. It's time for you to be quiet. It's time for you to listen to God. It's time for you to shut up. Yeah. Because the first thing God tells us to do is listen. The second thing he tells us to do is obey. And the third thing is to be blessed. Okay? So it ain't nothing nobody could tell me if you ain't right. Nothing. I thank God for the friendships that I have. One of my friends told me, God is keeping you. He keeping you. Stay the course. He keeping you. And I know I could stay the course because I took the course. So for the wicked men full of deception who like to get mad when they hear my voice because I'm a representator of God, for God, I don't care how you slice it, and always want to tell me, oh, what you think, you better? What you think, you this, you that? Yes, I do, and I know it. Because again, I listen and I obey. I learn, I heal, I do the inner work on me. I have contents inside of me that amount to substance. Yes, I have contents inside of me that contain substance. I have core. I have value. And if you don't value me, you can't be around me because I can never be devalued. Never. Never, ever, 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 ever. Okay? Because I can only devalue myself, and I would never do that. And so it's time for people to get training. Women are in training. We get training. We train our children. Men, where's your training at? And one thing I learned about training and people learning, because again, you can't just wing life. Ain't no winging it when it comes to life. You need to have life skills. You need to learn how to do life. That's why you have life coaches out here for a reason. Life skills. You have role models. Who are you looking up to? Who are you listening to? Remember, God is the source, and everything else outside of that is a resource. That's why we have books and self-help sections and libraries. That's why we have Iyanla Van Zants and Maya Angelou and Angela Davises of the world. That's why we have great people to look up to, because they are resources. They are God-given. Some people in this world are God-given. And it's a lot of people that I see will take a crap on God-given people. And that's your own loss. Because as far as I'm concerned, hey, you better get in the ark. Do you see what's going on? Life ain't no game. You better get in the ark. Say what you want to say about me. Wage whatever war you want to wage against me. Get in the ark. Turn to God. That's all I can tell you, because I'm going to keep walking with God. You can't make me do nothing else. It was something I was getting to before I got sidetracked. And let's see if it comes back to me, because I like to keep all of these videos under 30 minutes. But yeah. I'm building by myself with God. Yep. I'm keeping my air clean, keeping my circle clean. You know, because people who care, ultimately. Yeah. And so that's all I could do. Just encourage and inspire people. I have my down days. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. People saying, do you think you better? Do you think you this? Do you think you that? Don't get mad at me because I did the work in my life, because I make better choices in my life. You get mad at me because when you're not ready to make change and you don't have enough in you to put the actions behind your growth and your change, then I'm gonna bother you, because I'm a reminder of the work that you didn't do on yourself. Oh, think you got everything going on. Got your little car, got a place, got this, whatever. Just like, yeah, I got it going on. I am that. That's why I'm so glad that I'm going through this little phase of the journey, relocating and getting my bearings here in a whole nother state. Because, yeah, I get to really see how, yeah, those people that are in that certain realm think and act, and how, yeah, they always want to come in and portray like they're ready, but they're not qualified. They don't meet the criteria. You know, they don't meet the criteria ultimately. And you have to meet the criteria to be able to build. Yeah, you don't get to have something good if you didn't do the work. If you haven't been already doing the work, you know, like I've done a lot of work on myself. So if I meet somebody, meets the criteria, then we meet in the minds. But it's harder once you get in it. You know, it's harder once you get in it, because everybody has to be looking up to God to make a relationship work. Because if you just start looking up to what you want it to be, it's like, no, what did God say about this? What did God say about this? And I just thank God for always directing my steps. And even when I think something, I understand that his thoughts are higher than my thoughts. And even if I would do something this way, I understand that his way is higher than my way. And so that's why I always choose him. Right? And so that's my message for y'all today. I have decided and continue to decide. I continue to choose to keep walking with God and not running with this world at the end of the day. And I'm choosing to rebuild with me and God, nobody else. You know, if it's supposed to be something else other than that, but ain't nothing meeting the criteria, because it's gonna be like my dad said, it's a needle in a haystack. It's like a needle in a haystack to find a good woman, you know. And it's the same thing for a man, for a good man. And I'm not even looking. That's the thing about it. I'm not even looking for no man. I'm not even looking for that. Yes, I expect it because I know I'm a wife. Yes, I expect it. But again, as you approach me and we start entering into a dating experience, it's up to you whether it's going to work or not, because you got to keep sharpening yourself up. You can't be dull. You can't. You're going to have to keep sharpening yourself up. And I'm never going to be the type of woman to dumb myself down for no relationship. No, I'm not diluted and I'm not polluted. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not dumbing myself down for no relationship. Yes, I can be humble. Yes, I am humble. Yes, I am loving. Yes, I am kind. Yes, I am all these things, but I am also strong. I am also courageous. I am also all these good things. I'm a soldier in God's war. And so you got to take the good with the good. You get what I'm saying? Take it with a grain of salt. Nobody's perfect. And at the end of the day, you got to love somebody for where they at. And yeah, I'm just not finna let no man who ain't sharp enough dull me out, period. And so happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I hope y'all pray and read y'all word today and do something healthy and do something that you love. All right, I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye.